G'day guys, welcome back to Valheim and our humble home. We are in the attic, and in the previous episode we finally tackled the dreaded staircase to the attic. And it's turning out okay, but if you've been following along, I am slightly unhappy with the way there's just, some random staircase here, and I'm sort of trying to, make the space look a little nicer, and to try and sort of block off this space for the staircase. So, I don't know if we're really going to have too much success with it, but, I've already started, so I might as well continue with what I'm doing, and, we can always make adjustments later on. So that's what we're going to do. I suspect we may actually complete some part of the build to the attic in this episode, and we might, be able to pivot to other things potentially once we've, completed the opening to the attic. And one of the things that I really should be getting done is the hearth that's going to heat up the attic. So we might look into that if we get a chance, but yeah, let's try and work on this area a little bit more. I suspect I might need to fetch some more wood at some point, but we'll do that a little bit later. So let's just see what we can do with what we have. So something along those lines. I think with the way things are going here, there could be scope for us to create like an actual wall here. So we could make this space a little smaller to hide some of the staircases and stuff that are leading into the storage room and also upwards to our room. So maybe that's something that we could achieve. Let's just see if I can complete this box area. Yeah, we'll snap it from that side. Yeah, let's see how this goes. Okay, so they're not bad. And then, yeah, okay. I did get rid of the floors on this side initially, but I guess maybe I do need to return them because it looks a little bit weird without it. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's rotate this. Okay. Again, just gonna test all of this out, make sure that things are functioning the way we want it to function. I think it's coming along. Maybe we do need some kind of, like safeguard over here. Something like that, and similarly a little bit more towards this side. Yeah, okay. That doesn't look half bad. But I mean, look, it is a bit horrendous if you ask me. As soon as we come in here, we see this like really weird shape. So I'm hoping maybe the solution that I just talked about, you know, making some kind of a wall blocking off this entire area is the play. Not that I'm going to get rid of any of this stuff. I think it still warrants, you know, the enclosure. Because again, I don't really like the idea of being able to like fall off the staircase, the spiral staircase. I'm just gonna move the light a little bit. Oh, okay. Where did the copper go? Maybe above us. Oh, right there. Yeah, it is actually a little bit dark in here as well, isn't it? So, I wonder how we can resolve that. Let me just place this maybe up here initially, because I don't think we're getting rid of any of that. Although, we might do something about the core wood decorations. Right, so since we do have the ability to reconstruct the Christmas tree, I might actually move this, and we'll set it back up in the bedroom. I'll just leave it there for the time being. I might want to have a sleep, actually. We'll sleep now, and then we'll, you know, do more stuff when we wake up. I'll visit the Askvins as well, because I really, really want those Askvins tame. So, if I remember correctly, this Askvin was about maybe close to 60% tame. So I'm thinking maybe 2 or maybe even 3 more episodes. The problem with the taming mechanic is that you have to spend so much time out here. Oh, that reminds me, guys. Let me actually improve our odds a little bit, because we've got that potion, don't we? I keep forgetting about having the potion. I assume it's a potion that just, you know, helps us tame animals a bit faster. So, yeah, hopefully this will do the trick. So we'll spend a little bit of time out there. And because it doesn't exactly explain its mechanic to us quite directly, I think there could be another way to think about how this potion helps. Potentially, the potion helps you tame animals without having to feed it, perhaps? But I can't really be certain, to be honest, so... Not unless I sort of, you know, have a look at a guide or something, but... That's alright. At least I tried, you know. We don't seem to have too much more food down there, so it might not be a bad idea to see if we can forage for more food. I suppose I do have food at home, and that's probably the safer option, rather than to go out and try and look for food. Yeah, I think we've spent enough time out here, so let's get back home. And yeah, I need to remember to take that potion every time I go out, really. So, or out to the Ashlands. Okay, so let's have a look at our wood situation, which is almost non-existent. So let's grab that, and I might need to go out and just cut a few trees. Buke berries. Don't exactly need that. Let's throw that there and throw hides, bones, and buke berries. I think we can just throw these in here. And yeah, let's just cut down a few trees. Okay, I thought we were gonna fling ourselves a little bit further, but let's just wait for our stamina. Absolutely obliterated. Oh, actually, no. He managed to survive that. How? I guess he probably went under it. How are we looking? Almost there. I think I'm gonna use favour, and I'm gonna do a couple of things while we're out this side of the property. Let's pick up the eggs, and let's pick up some flour as well. We should be able to sort of store all of that. any more? I don't seem to have too much more. We've got a lot of hens here. Maybe that's preventing us from actually getting a lot more eggs, so I might cull the population a little bit. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe we'll have 6, and that should be good enough. Throw that back there. Let's have a look at our seed situation here. So let's throw another 20 seeds in there. Hopefully we'll get a few more eggs a little bit later. Yeah, so plenty of wood. I would like to just make sure that we continue grinding up some more barley, so let's do that. Since I've got favour on, that should help us a little bit with what we're trying to do. Also, I do want to pick up some stone, actually, because I want to fix up the floor that we have in the kitchen. Haven't repaired that since we had to take it down. Right. So let's throw these floors in. Good. And yeah, back to our original plan in this episode of working on this space. So do I want to take this down and then start sort of fixing up the floor in this space? It might not be a bad idea to get that done right now, because I'm gonna need to sort of understand the floor space that we're dealing with in this area. And I think it helps if we've already had it sort of completely designed. So yeah, let's get rid of this. Yes, it creates a bit of an opening, and you can sort of see into this space from the kitchen, and that's fine because the kitchen's going to eventually be transformed as well. So I've just picked up a whole bunch more stone, haven't I? Let me just get rid of that because we are going to have a space issue, a weight issue in a few more seconds. Yeah, okay, so that should fix it. Now, let's get floors in. Okay, these corners could be a bit of an issue. I think what might be decent is for us to sort of freeform a little bit. Like that. And then we might want to freeform a little bit here as well. Like that. And then we can sort of snap the last piece. Yeah, so it's gonna look a tiny bit messy in these corners, but you'll only notice if you really, really paid attention. So we'll live with that. Okay, and again, something similar here. Alright, so, before we move on, I think it's maybe a good idea for us to just check that we've got nothing sort of poking out. Yeah, I think we've managed to fix that, so that's looking good. Alright, so this space, what are we gonna do? I'm thinking we want to start thinking about like having a door of some kind. I'm just sort of like playing around here. Does it make sense to have like a big verger like vault door to our storage area? I don't think so. I think we're overcomplicating stuff. But I do want to have this. Or maybe... Yeah, the problem with the wooden doors is I just feel like they're so low that, you know, we sort of almost hit our helmet against it. Which makes me feel like I should be replacing this door with like an ashwood version, which I think is totally doable. We just need to sort of fix up the surrounding sections. But yeah, so with that in mind, maybe we want to try and get like an ashwood door set up in this space. Get rid of that, and yeah, so I feel like this would be a good spot for it, but then we've got this sort of corner section being in the way. Tricky. I think this door might have to suffice. Purely because it's not going to interfere with the staircase. Unfortunately, it really doesn't make the fireplace look that nice, does it? As a result of doing this, but I don't really think I have much of an option, to be honest. I feel like we're creating like a bit of an abomination here. But I have a kind of a plan to hopefully sort of decorate this wall a little bit so it doesn't look so jarring. Yeah, so I was sort of thinking maybe I can leave a bit of a gap there. So we can sort of get in and out without too much of an issue. But is there anything I could put there that would help make it look nicer? I don't know. I wonder if getting some arches in might help. An arch there and an arch on the other side. Alright. Yeah, still not entirely sure how I feel about it just yet, but we'll continue working on it. Let me have a sleep. Okay, so where were we? I wonder if I can fix this up a little bit. And perhaps maybe use like larger blocks. Might be a little difficult to do that. Let me have a play around here. Ah, yeah, okay. So if I do a larger block there, that's going to sort of block the way a little bit. So it might not be the best idea. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm just going to keep using some of the smaller blocks here to see if we can't sort of keep some of the patterns a little bit more aligned. Like so. So that doesn't look too horrendous. Okay, so this looks decent, but I think I like the idea of using the arches to sort of decorate this space a little bit, if possible. Yeah, that's probably a good place to start. But I think maybe Ashwood might be better. Just because if we use Darkwood, I don't think there's a pole short enough. So let me see if I can just grab some Ashwood and see what we can do with it. Yeah, so that's good. I'm sort of wanting to get something that aligns obviously on the other side, which is proving to be a little difficult to do. So, something like that. I'm just gonna see if there's a way we can sort of force this in. Yeah, okay, cool. So, something like that. And that doesn't look too bad now. So just need to get rid of all of this stuff. Okay, and as I said, scope for decorating the rest of the wall. I don't really need to do that this episode. I'm sort of thinking about whether or not I want to keep the fireplace in this spot. The reason why I say that is because maybe there's an opportunity for the fireplace to be, you know, accessible from this side instead of having it accessible from here. I don't know if I can do that though, because the opening is a little bit smaller on this side, and it might make things a little trickier. But if we can get rid of the fireplace on this side, we might have a bit more space to work with in this room, and it might not look so jarring as well. Possibly. Is there anything else we can do on this side? There looks to be like some dead space here, which is not really used. And then I'm just also inspecting whether or not I am content and happy with this space Do we want to plug up some of these gaps, I wonder? Does it even make sense to do so? I mean... maybe not. I think we can live with what we have here. We'll just add a few more of the details up top here. So I think adding those pieces will help. And we'll add a little bit of wood over here as well. Okay, that looks nice. And perhaps, maybe... like, do we want to add any details to the staircase over here? I don't know if that's entirely necessary. Perhaps something like that? Yeah. That seems alright. Much better. Though, yeah, we are getting a little bit of clipping there. Wonder how I feel about that. Maybe not entirely necessary. I think we can live without it. Might just be sort of overcomplicating stuff for myself. One thing that might be good is adding some handrails here. Or maybe not. Maybe it's alright to keep it free, because then we can sort of go in and out a bit easier. There's something poking out here, so not happy about that. Question is, what was that out of this convoluted mess? Ah, okay, right. So I think we can work with this, so I should be able to snap things from the top, like that. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Cool. So the staircases are done, I feel. We'll decorate this another episode. The real question is, what do I do with the fireplace? And do I deal with the fireplace now? Or do I come back to it after we build the hearth on the next floor? Yeah. Tough questions. But I'm thinking maybe the fireplace is something that we should work on first. I do want to get this space done, and then we can move on to the bedroom. So let's do that. I will just need a little bit of space to work with, so I'm just gonna clear things out here. And yeah, the biggest thing that worries me though about working on this is whether or not things are gonna hold. But I mean, I've got steel running all the way up this chimney, right? So I assume there's not going to be any issues about things sort of crumbling away up top as a result. So this also gives us an opportunity perhaps to work on whether or not, you know, the chimney needs to, sorry, not the chimney, the fireplace needs to be so big in terms of having it, you know, so open. So I feel like we do have some smoke coming into the structure. Anyway, time to put out the fire and time to work on all of this. Just looking at how we managed to set that up and replicate it. I'm thinking we want to freeform a tiny bit to make a bigger opening. Just slightly bigger. Nothing crazy. But not so much so that we'll start having, you know, an issue with structural integrity or anything like that. So perhaps we'll do... I don't know, do we want to even maybe use Growston for it? That's an idea. Get rid of that. And might want to get rid of all of this as well. And I suppose we should be getting rid of all of this. I want that extra comfort though, so let me just set up the, whatever that thing's called. It's not the mistletoe. The Yule Garland. So we'll set this up somewhere. Rightio, so... maybe the first thing that we want to address is matching the length of the chimney on this side. I'm a little bit concerned about taking down that floor piece there because we might actually need it to support something else in the kitchen. Is there a way for me to drop down through here? Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't be so lazy. Should go down there. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Yeah, that's the piece over there, I think. So will it be an issue if I took that down? I think not. In fact, it might help with the flow of the smoke from the kitchen. Okay. And let's put these pieces in. So we'll force this in that way. I mean, I was gonna add that piece there anyway, so that looks alright. And yeah, let's continue all of this. I am a little concerned that we're possibly completely blocking off the flow of the smoke from down below. I think it's still working as intended, possibly, but I might just want to double check on that. Yeah, I think it is flowing out. There is a small opening, right? So that's all we need. So now the question is, how do we create something relatively usable in this section? So obviously I'm going to need to think about how I place down the fireplace, or the campfire initially. Let me see if I can grab some Grouston. And we'll have a play around with using Grouston for the fireplace as well. See how that goes. So if I do... yeah, say... a piece like that, and... piece like that. I just had a thought though. This might complicate the throne room and where we place the throne. That doesn't look half bad though, to be honest. I kind of like that. Maybe we can add a bit of detailing with some of these pieces, for instance. Just trying to see if I can stick this in somehow. That doesn't look half bad. It really is just the opening here that I'm concerned about, so... So I sort of wanted it to come out a little bit like so. Maybe it's not so bad because we could replicate the same thing on this side and we could sort of freeform it a little bit. How do we feel about that? Is it a big enough opening? That's the question. I guess it is, right? Let me just get rid of that, 'cause that's definitely not needed. And yeah, I feel like maybe from here we can then add like some flourishes. Like maybe we'll add that in and get that in like that. Might not be a bad idea to have a meal. Let's eat something. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to move the Black Forge back to its original position to repair my stuff. This doesn't look too bad. If anything, things seem to be just a little bit out of whack. Maybe there. Ah, okay, there's still a little gap there. Alright, there's a bit of banging noises going on outside, so maybe I will address that. I'm thinking maybe if I place the fire down... Okay, yeah, that brings it out a little bit, and maybe that's not the best, so let me just get rid of that piece there. If I do a fire here, I feel like it's not going to be so obvious that it's a complete gap behind the fireplace. Let me get the cage walls in. No, I'll see how we feel about things after that. Oh, hang on. This is turning off. Yeah, okay, we've got an issue in that case. Perhaps maybe there's not enough space for the fire. Let's get rid of that and actually align that to that piece. And we could probably do the same for that corner as well. Just to give a little bit more breathing room. Let's try to get it to align. I think that's the right one there. And let's just get this piece in. Yeah, completely disguised, barely noticeable. Let's get that piece in there. Yeah, okay, so these pieces I feel like maybe we need to sort of fix up a little bit, perhaps. Make it a little bit wider. Yeah, it is switching on and off. Why is that? Do we perhaps need to go a little bit higher with the Rouston? Because I could do that. Yeah, that looks a bit better. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Yeah, barely noticeable. So that's good. And yeah, I think we're giving it a bit more breathing room there. Hopefully it'll continue to burn. No. So there's still a bit of a problem here. Possibly, maybe it just needs a bit more space above it. In which case we can definitely fix. But I am pretty happy with the development so far, guys. I'm happy with this new wall that we've built, and we've sort of gotten rid of the fireplace and moved it. I just need to make sure that the fireplace can actually function properly. So we'll come back to that in the next episode, no doubt. I think this is where I'm gonna have a bit of a break, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you've got some suggestions, definitely leave some comments down below. Leave me some likes as well. Otherwise, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.